resident numerologist Michelle Arbeau for lotteryusa.com, and this week I'm just so excited to share the energy with you because we haven't really had one of these weeks in a very long time, but it's really kind of one of those repeat weeks where we go through an ebb and a flow and an ebb and a flow, and it's a hard one because a lot of people who are very physical based, they want to do and go, but they don't know how to stop long enough to integrate the energies. So we start the week off with the pure 2, which is obviously very self-reflective. It's the number of intuition and sensitivity, passivity, support. It's very internal rather than external. And then we go into a 3, which is ideas, the intellectual number, the number of imagination. So we're thinking up new ideas, new plans, new projects, new things. And then whammo, we hit a 1, which is new beginnings. So it's like scrapping whatever it is that you've been working on for the first part of the week, and then hitting the redo button and going into another 2 to kind of sit with yourself and think, what am I doing next? Where am I going next? Really contemplating the next steps. And because we go into another 3, which is thinking up new ideas, new projects, new plans, all that stuff. So it's like hitting the redo button. And then this time it's like a misstep or like a false start, I guess, because it goes from the 3 to the 4 to the 5, which 4 is foundation building. So the ideas you're going to generate the second time will actually be implemented. So 4 is the number of foundation building, and then 5 is about career, of course, and getting clarity around that. So definitely going to put your ideas the second time around, but it's going to be a little bit frustrating for some because that start-stop energy and kind of trashing what you've started. Some of the signs that are more rigid, I guess you could say, will have a harder time dealing with that type of energy. So that's the week. It's going to be interesting, to say the least, and we're starting into the month of August, so I'm excited to the 9th degree. I'm on cloud 9 because the 8th month is the number of manifestation and abundance, and whenever we're in the 8th month, we start the cycle of high change because the 8, 9, and 1 months form the peak of the cycle for the year, and that's when we do most of our changes. And actually September is the highest change month because it's the 9th month, and 9 is the highest change number. So there's more people that make changes in the 9th month than they do actually in the new year in January. So it's really, we're getting into the 8th month, which is manifestation and abundance, but it's also what I like to call the breadcrumb energy, where the universe kind of drops you breadcrumbs and you've got to follow them. So even if you're walking down the street and you meet someone who you haven't seen in a while, and they say, "Oh, hi, how are you? What are you doing now? What's going on in your life?" And then they say, "Oh, you should talk to so-and-so." And even if your brain says, "No," but your heart says, yes, go talk to so-and-so, go talk to so-and-so, because it'll probably lead you to something else, because that's typically how the 8th month goes. It falls into your lap, but you've got to be aware of it. It's not going to be blatantly obvious, so you've really got to follow those breadcrumbs. So that's it in a nutshell, guys. If you have any questions or comments, please do send them in to Michelle at lotteryusa.com, and we'll be sure to answer them on the weekly videos. And tune in again next week because we're going to have another probably more fantastic horoscope next week than we have this week, and more interesting because we're getting into that 8th month. So join me again next week here on lotteryusa.com.